2024 elections have ushered in a paradigm shift in South African politics. The African National Congress, which has enjoyed a 30-year dominance of South African politics, has lost its long-held absolute parliamentary majority. The ANC, which would have needed over 50% of all the votes to form the government on its own, has seen its share catastrophically slip down to barely 40%. South Africa's Election Commission announced official results on Sunday evening, with the focus now shifting to coalition politics and alliance formation. South Africa's ruling African National Congress has won 159 out of 400 seats. In the previous election in 2019, the party won 230 seats. ANC's main challenger, the Democratic Alliance, came second with 87 seats. Former President Jacob Zuma's MK party won 58 seats, while the Economic Freedom Fighters came fourth with 39. The ANC has said it was open to talks with all political parties to form a coalition government following the election. Some political analysts say President Cyril Ramaphosa may have to step down, but ANC leaders said on Sunday the party would not bend to pressure from other political forces.
Thank you very much to all of you. The final announcement of the 2024 national and provincial election results today in many ways represents a victory for our democracy as South Africans. It also represents a victory of our constitutional order, but more importantly, it represents a victory for all the people of South Africa. We have held another successful election that has been free, fair, credible, and peaceful.
For the ANC, a deal with any of the opposition parties, including the DA, MK or EFF, will likely mean significant policy concessions and senior government or parliamentary positions for their partner. The moot question will be whether Cyril Ramaphosa stays as president. An election for president in parliament is due within 2 weeks. The ANC was unlikely to pick the white-based Democratic Alliance as its sole coalition partner, even though its market-friendly stance would sit well with Ramaphosa. An alliance with the DA would be favoured by investors. The EFF, led by Julius Malema, a former leader of the ANC's youth wing, may be a more natural fit for the ANC, but relations are tense between Malema and some ANC factions. The EFF said in April it would partner with the ANC if it got the powerful post of finance minister. The ANC has not disclosed its thinking on any non-majority scenario. A deal with MK, which emerged as the third biggest party, would also be difficult, given that former President Jacob Zuma, who is now the MK president, has ruled out an alliance with the ANC. The MK has repeatedly said it would not enter any coalition government if Ramaphosa stays on. Jacob Zuma has threatened to challenge the electoral results in court, and fears of violence have arisen. Well, for more on this, we're being joined by correspondent Calden Ogmu. Calden, coalition politics, alliance building, something we haven't seen in South Africa in such a long time. Give us the latest from where you are.
Well, Oliver, I think my backdrop setting is very different from the last few days. Reporting from the Results Operating Centre. The elections is done and dusted. The results are out. South Africans have got what they wanted, a change. But there is a whole political landscape change in South Africa, and the days ahead are very uncertain on what's going to happen. The next 24 to 48 hours is very important for all political parties, especially the ANC. Even though they lost the majority, they still have managed to get the largest number of votes from South Africans. So it's up to them to now to decide who are they going to work for. ANC has announced that tomorrow, that's Tuesday, they are going into a meeting. ANC, NEC, that we are told they are the highest decision-making body of the ANC. They will be going into a meeting to decide on the way forward. Who are they going into a coalition with? Sources from the ANC says they prefer to go into a coalition with DA, but remember, ANC is also very divided. Some of the ANC officials want a coalition with EFF and MK. However, MK has already said that they are not going to work with ANC if Ramaphosa still remains the president. Yesterday, the main opposition party, Democratic Alliance, announced that they formed a coalition team, a coalition negotiation team, and they have opened pathways for all the political parties to come and talk to them. So there is a lot of uncertainty on what's going to happen on South Africa's foreign policy. You know, there's a DA and ANC has quite a significant difference of policies, but ANC at the same given point of time, you know, they're also hearing voices from the business, from the corporate side of the world. What do they want? We're hearing from sources that the business South Africa prefer a coalition between the DA and ANC, but DA says that, you know, our doors are open. They haven't ruled out talking to any political parties. But one thing Oliver DA has made it clear is saying that they do not want to see partnership between ANC, EFF and MK. They say they have termed this team as a doomsday coalition. If the three parties come together, they say that will be the end of South Africa. So they've opened up the doors. Next 24 to 48 hours, like I mentioned, very critical for ANC. All the political parties are engaging with one another. ANC will go into a meeting with NEC meeting tomorrow. So we'll hear from here on, but very unpredictable what's going to happen. Oliver?
Yes, Calvin Ongmu, thank you very much for that insight. I'm sure we'll be back finding out how things develop over the coming days.